Alright, what's up guys? How are you guys doing today? We're gonna answer all the questions that we said from not only yesterday's video, but the day before, because there's a lot of questions. We're not gonna get through all of them. We're just gonna go through and look at them and do as many as we can. But we thought it'd be fun to do another Q&A since we moved and a lot of questions are about that. So it's fun to do another update.
Also, I just woke up.
Yeah, we both
just
did.
thought I'd point that out, because like...
Ooh, I guess I can't hold my computer there. I'll do it here on the side. Number 1, from Guro Anderson. Question of the day. Who has the best basic tees?
Brandy, 100%.
For guys, Urban Outfitters or H&M. Topman's pretty good too. Next one from Emily Nickel. Who is your favorite Friends character and why?
Oh gosh. I can't pick that.
For me, it's Chandler, I think.
I can't pick. I can't, because I like them all like for different reasons.
I pick Chandler because he's the best combination of funny and nice. So like, it's good. Next question from Miss Schmosley. Do you want to visit Germany someday?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that's so random, because I was just looking into that with my friend, so.
Yeah. Next one from Julie Jigsaw says, with Halloween approaching, what were both of your favorite Halloween costumes and memories from childhood? And favorite candy to receive? My favorite costume I ever did would be a tie. We did a giant Cheerio box when I was younger. We bought a new TV and like old TVs were huge. So we painted the box yellow, we did all the Cheerios stuff, and I walked around as a Cheerios box. And I did a backwards man. So I put all my clothes on backwards. We like cut shoes out and put them on backwards, and I put a mask on the back of my head, and I'd go up to the door backwards. Those are my two favorite. And my favorite candy was probably Tootsie Roll.
What? That's the worst one.
As a kid.
Nobody likes those.
I loved it.
I was like a morbid child, and I always wanted to be something scary or like dead. And my sister was always princess. So my favorite costume was when I was 11. If you guys know the movie The Ring, that movie came out that year. And like none of my friends have seen it or had seen it because they were all like too young and scared, but I watched it because I was like obsessed. And so I was Samara from The Ring. I had like the long black wig, and I wore this like super old looking white dress that my mom had from like back in the day. And I had like these black shoes, and I would go to the doorbells and I'd be like 7 days with the hair in front of my face, and all the teenagers were like, huh! Like, cause the older people knew who I was, but like people my age were like, what are you supposed to be? And I'm like, Samara from The Ring. And they're just like, what? And then all the teenagers would open the door and like freak out. I was like, yeah.
Next one comes from Judith M. Do you have any advice for people who are seniors in high school? I'm currently a senior, and it's so stressful to think about college and what I'm going to do with my life.
Oh my God.
You're so young though. Like you have so much time to figure stuff out.
Can I just say though, when I was a like senior, because we didn't have that word here in Canada, but I hated when people used to say that to me. You're so young. You have all your life. It's like, no, just give me advice right now of what I need to do.
But you can't, because like you are so young that you might not even have come into what you want to do yet. You might not even know what it is you want to do yet.
Like it makes sense, and I guess for us we could say it now, or like when older people, like it makes sense. I get why people say that, but I remember being that age and having everyone that was an adult tell me, you're so young. I'm just like, oh, okay, I get it, but like still, how am I supposed to figure it out? My advice is try things. Just because if something fails in a career that you're trying, or you're in a course in university, college, whatever, and it's not for you, try something else. There's no harm in changing what you want, really. And by doing different things, you'll learn stuff about yourself, and then interests will start. Like when I was in high school, what I wanted to be is like completely, obviously YouTube thing, like this didn't exist. Like you'll find yourself as you go through. Like don't worry.
You have time.
Yeah. You're young.
Next one comes from Raven Sitar, and it says, what struggle have you turned into a strength?
I don't know. Do you know?
Struggle.
Because my struggles were not really like things you could turn into oh, maybe. I guess like anxiety.
Yeah, because like you like learn to deal with it, and you become better because of it, because you've learned to deal with it. I guess like for me, it would be like being angry and like jealous or judgmental of people that had like more than me. I used to get really mad at stuff like that, and now it like made me learn to like appreciate things better. I don't know, it's hard to like explain, but I like, especially in high school, I used to get really mad when like kids had nicer things than me, or like had more money, or like parents would go on vacation all the time. Like I used to get so mad at that, but I guess it made me learn to like appreciate what I have, kind of thing. So I guess that's one way of saying that, like it turned into a strength. That's a really good question though. That's one that like we'd have to sit down and think about.
I think for me would be probably anxiety. Like just getting on a plane for me is really hard, and I still can't fly by myself, which is still a weakness of mine, but I feel like eventually it's going to turn into a strength, because I'm going to be more independent.
It's making you stronger for sure, because you have to deal with so much, so.
Yeah. Oh, look at the little black squirrel.
So cute. Oh, this one's gonna be funny. It's from Jen Towski, and question is, where did you go to prom? If so, what was it like? If not, why? So I did not.
Why didn't you go, Dan?
I didn't go to my graduation ceremony when you do like the diploma and everything.
But because, didn't you have a swim meet?
Yeah, because I was out of town, and then I didn't go to prom because I was in a sports program, and I used to miss a lot of school for sports.
I love how you're trying to make an excuse when you were just a bad kid in high school.
I'm just explaining. I used to miss a lot of school for sports, and because I was in a sports program, my teachers didn't care. But the secretary needed an absence note to say why you were away, and I used to be like, screw that, I don't need to tell you. Like, I was at a swim meet, I'm in a sports program, I'm missing school.
I'm so amazing, I'm Daniel Jensen.
No, and then so I'd get a detention, and I'm like, that's a dumb detention, I'm just not gonna go. So then they'd be like, oh, you got double now, so they give me 2. I'm like, okay, I just wouldn't go. And like all throughout high school, I compiled like a lot of detentions, like a lot. And I had a teacher come take me in the hall one day, like they come to class, Daniel Jensen, please come outside. I'm like, okay. He's like, you have this many. It was like a lot, it was like over 100. And they're like, because you have so many, we can't allow you to buy a prom ticket. They're like, we don't want to pay for you to be at the prom. So I was like, oh, okay.
But it's so different back in the day.
It's not like I was getting detention for like yelling in class and like being mean. Like I got detentions for missing school because of my swim meets.
You got detention for bad things too.
No.
Okay, he got suspended. Sorry for doing something bad.
It wasn't a detention, it was a suspension.
Oh my god.
For 3 days. But I got suspended for 3 days and I said, okay, well I'm leaving tomorrow morning for a swim meet, so okay, it doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh. Well, my prom, I went, and I think we went as like a group of friends. Some of my friends had boyfriends, but we decided to go just as like a friend group. I don't remember too much of it, but yeah, it was really stupid. I hated my prom. I was like not popular, so not that you need to be popular to enjoy prom. It still was fun to be with friends and like talk to people, but I was so socially awkward that I just couldn't like enjoy myself. I didn't drink, so well,
you're not supposed to because you're underage at prom.
Come on.
I'm just kidding.
Anyways, everyone was like wasted and I was just there sober, like pretending to be drunk, and I wasn't, and I was like, this sucks. And then the next morning I went and I like probably played with Kyla or something.
The next question is from Anushka Pradhan, and it says, I just joined my school swim team and I was wondering if you had any tips on how to be fast.
Oh.
That's good. Biggest tips for me from swimming is make sure you work on your body position. So like if this is the water level, you want to be like this. You don't want to have your like butt sagging down in the water. You want to be flat, and then just keep working hard, because swimming is like anything really. The more you practice it, the better you're going to be. But really
work on your technique, because technique goes a long way. Because if you're just going to flail your body to go fast,
no, you can't. It's not all effort. Like you have to work hard in every aspect of swimming. Like listen to your coach, do the drills, practice all that stuff. But like the number one thing with swimming is for sure body position. If you're sinking, it's not gonna work. Ooh, this one's interesting. It's from Christiana Vieira, and it says, would you prefer to have a clone of yourself or have a dog that can talk?
Oh, a dog that could talk.
That's really interesting.
Imagine like Fabio's like, oh, hi guys. And then you can understand why he gets all vicious sometimes. He'd be like, get away from me, it's my bone.
A dog that could talk would be fun because it would give you like an insight into what a dog's life is like. But a clone of myself, if it's a clone, does that mean we have like the exact same thoughts at the exact same time? So like if we were talking, we would just be saying the exact same things at the exact same time? Or will they have slightly different experiences which makes them slightly different and then they're not exactly like me? I don't know. A clone is like a really interesting topic.
I do not want, I'd be scared.
Okay, so this one had a lot of replies saying they hope we pick it. It's from Juno. It says, if you were to suddenly be stuck in outer space, what are the top 3 things you would miss the most about Earth? And what are the top 3 things you would miss the least?
Oh my gosh, okay, outer space scares me so much.
Okay, 1, if you were stuck in outer space, you die.
Well, no, if you're in a spaceship or something.
Oh, okay, if you're in a spaceship.
And not just floating there, like...
Because if you're just floating in space, you're dead.
Okay, but the whole point of it is to say what would you miss about Earth and what wouldn't you miss?
Oh my god, that's really hard to know. Miss about Earth. People, because you would be alone forever. You'd have no one to talk to, no one to like be with.
How do you know?
Touch. Well, maybe you're not alone, but I'm assuming by the question you're alone.
Yeah, people, for sure.
Like people, oh man, that's a really good question. It depends, like am I on another planet?
Animals.
Eventually, yeah, like am I on another planet where there are things like animals and plants?
No,
and
just
things?
in space.
You're just like floating in a spaceship?
So I would miss people, animals, and like food from around the world.
Yeah, food.
And then what I wouldn't miss is like war and natural disasters, like hurricanes, tornadoes, ice storms, those things.
And like
they
fighting,
scare me.
like people just having drama and arguing and fighting and like being
Yeah, like the negativity thing.
Because you're alone, so you literally can be as positive as you want and no one can influence it. You could just like,
or you could be negative
or
because
you
you're
could be
alone in
negative.
space.
That's a really good question. That's the kind of thing, again, that's another question that I would love to like sit down and really think about.
Oh, someone asked if we get a dog, what would be its name? I'm not gonna say.
A lot of people ask too if we have kids, what would we name it? And we've talked about it, but we're not gonna say. Because you don't wanna say it, because then like, let's say you pick a name that you really like, people are gonna give their opinion before it's born. And they're like, oh, that's a dumb name, like you wouldn't like that. And then it will like maybe make you second guess it. But if the kid gets born and you name it, no one's gonna be like, oh, your kid has an ugly name.
Yeah, it's like, especially because we live in Quebec and a lot of people make comments like, oh, you need to make sure that your kid's name, it can be pronounced in French.
Yeah.
And you're just like, but why? Why does it have
maybe
to
we
be?
won't live here, maybe we will. Maybe Quebec will be less French. Like,
it's just like
you
people
never
love
know.
to give their 2 cents on like baby names, and we just don't want it. So like even family members, if they ask, we're just not gonna say.
Okay, so now we've moved on to like yesterday's video. So all the questions before from 2 days ago, now we're at yesterday's. And this one is asked by a few people. It says, this one's from Cassandra Selena. It says, any tips on starting a YouTube channel? And a few people asked like the similar question. I don't consider myself like a YouTube pro or anything. So I don't feel like I'm the best to give advice for that, but I'll do what I can. Just start it for fun. Like start it with something you're interested in. If you're interested in like fixing electronics, then just start a channel about fixing electronics. If you're interested in music, start a channel talking about music or playing your own music. Like just do what's fun to you and make things you enjoy. And you know, people might come and start watching and subscribe. And if they don't, then they don't. It doesn't have to be like, oh my God, I need 5 million subscribers. Like you can just do it for yourself and have fun and try to, you know, spread whatever you want to spread. It doesn't have to be like a big, huge thing.
My tip is do it because you're passionate about it, not to make money or to be famous, because it's just not gonna work out well. People can see right through that. Be consistent, because for example, if you subscribe to someone and they upload like once every 2 months, you're just gonna be like annoyed and just not care. Be consistent, try to make a schedule for yourself, and do things like Dan said that you're genuinely interested in, not things that are just popular on YouTube. Like a lot of people always request these videos of me to do like girls versus boys in a situation, or then versus now, and I just don't enjoy watching those videos, so I just won't make them because I don't like them. So even though they're popular right now and everyone loves them, well, a lot of people do, I just don't, so I'm just not gonna do them.
Just have fun with it.
Yeah, be positive about it, and don't care what people think or what people say, because people are gonna judge no matter what, and they are just haters. They are obviously just going through something bad in their lives that need to project it onto you. Don't take it personally. I went through so much bullying when I first started my channel, and I just didn't care because I liked what I did. And now all those people that were mean to me are trying to do the same thing, so.
This one comes from Celine Ket. It's one word, so I'm not sure how you split it up. Which country in Europe would you like to travel to?
Oh my gosh, everywhere.
Yeah, seriously.
Can't pick. I'm not even gonna attempt to pick because I wanna go everywhere in Europe. Europe is my favorite place to go.
I think top of my list, definitely I want to go everywhere, but I think top of my list would be a tie between like Spain, Portugal, and Switzerland. I think those would be the top of my list, but then there's so many that I'd also want to say, like,
well, Germany, I really want to go to.
Germany, I want to go to Hungary.
Yeah, because I'm Hungarian.
Austria, like there's so many. Croatia, Sweden, like there's so many places.
If you guys are from Europe, let us know.
Next question from Brianna Hunt. As a Canadian, what stereotypes about Canada do you wish would stop? That we live in igloos and have polar bears? Like some people actually think that. I've been places where people actually think we live in igloos, we don't have television, we like ride mooses, like really, really outrageous things. That's the only ones I would care to stop, but the rest of them, I find most stereotypes about Canadians are good stereotypes. Like we're
good,
polite, we're polite, we're friendly, we're nice, we're accepting, we're not judgmental. Like,
but a lot of people say we're pushovers.
That's true. A lot of people do say we're pretty soft.
And we always say thank you. Or no, we always say sorry.
Yeah, even if we're wrong, like we're walking down the street and we trip someone, we're like, oh, sorry.
Wait, what?
Wait, no, that makes sense. No, if someone trips us, we're like, sorry.
Yeah,
like,
that is
sorry
true.
for getting in your way.
Like actually, that is not a well, it's a stereotype, but it's actually true. Yeah. I don't like the whole people thinking our accents, like as a whole Canadian, that we say oot and a boot.
Yeah. There are places like in the more farm areas in the central Canada.
That is so rude.
But like we have the same accent as most like New England people, like from Vermont or New Hampshire. Like we talk pretty much the same.
Our A's are different.
A little bit.
But I don't say oot and a boot.
No, very few people talk like that.
And it's funny because when I meet a lot of, especially Americans, I don't know why, because we're your neighbors, guys. Why do you think this? They think we like live in the tundra in igloos, like you said, and we don't like. I was asked a question from a pretty famous guy. He asked me, "Do you have TV in Canada?" And I was like,
do you know how many?
What?
Do you know how many of the biggest actors in Hollywood are from Canada?
I know.
Like they're Canadians, like huge people from the 1920s till today. Like there's so many huge Canadian
literally
stars.
like the south point of Toronto is more south than like California, like the north part of California.
Okay, next question comes from Emily Henschel, and it says tips on how to be a good girlfriend.
Be Alex Chantomo.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Understanding, communicate, because that's like the most important thing. Well, it also depends on your boyfriend.
Yeah, because
like,
every guy is different.
Yeah, like Dan, when we first started dating, he loved to cuddle, and I wasn't really into cuddling, so I like would try to cuddle for him, and then I actually ended up enjoying it. But you know, some people are like vice versa, and they don't. So you have to kind of just, you know, communicate is key. Honesty and understanding.
Yeah.
And be nice.
Yeah, be nice, obviously, but that's just like, you should do that to everybody, not just as a girlfriend.
Oh, and did I say understanding?
Yeah.
Oh.
To me, definitely the biggest thing is communication. And as a guy, I find often, because we don't show our emotions as much as girls. So like if we're really upset about something, we won't necessarily like lash out or speak out about it like a girl will. If we're like we won't pout all day, you know, and like not say what's wrong.
I don't do that.
There's a lot of times where we won't show our emotions, but that doesn't mean we don't feel stuff. So like communication, to understand, like if you did something to hurt your boyfriend or like upset him, you should like make sure you understand. So you
but
can
vice
ask
versa,
him.
like the guy should do it. Like if you're in a relationship and it's all you, and he's not never really compromising or doing anything for your feelings, that's not good either.
But what I mean is like often if a guy does something to upset a girl, it should be fairly obvious because the girl will show that she's upset.
Girls also PMS.
Whereas like if a girl does something to upset the guy, often he won't show it as much, and then the girl will just carry on thinking she didn't do anything. That's just my view as like the difference between guy and girl.
Basically our relationship.
But then it's also sort of the guy's fault for not speaking his mind and saying that he's upset. Like it's very complicated, very, very complicated. So, all right. So last question, because I think this is getting pretty long. It's from Malin Winter.
Ooh.
It says, Alex, how do you feel about the fact that Dan likes daily vlogging and you don't? Dan, could you imagine daily vlogging without Alex? You guys are great.
Well, again, like we just said in the last question about compromising. So when I was vlogging just myself and Dan didn't used to like being on camera and stuff, I did daily vlogging for Vlogmas.
Yeah.
And I would do it kind of often, but it was on my own terms and when I wanted to do it, when I was feeling up to it. So I never felt like it was forced. And not that Dan ever forces me to vlog. He knows if like I don't want to be in the video, like I just won't be in the video, and it's
fine.
Because
you guys will notice like some days she's in it for like maybe a minute out of 15.
I just like,
you know?
Sometimes I'm in moods where I just don't feel like daily vlogging because I just don't, and that's fine, and it's just compromising. So that's kind of how it works. Like he wants to do it, and he wants to do it for a full year as a challenge to himself. Like
really the only reason we're daily vlogging this year is because I challenged myself. Because I was doing YouTube before, but you
enjoy it too.
Yeah, because I was so inconsistent. I would like upload 3 weeks in a row or like twice a week for 3 weeks, and then I would take like 3 months off because I'd have work. So I was like, I have to just like commit because this is fun and I want to do it, and I want to spread some positive vibes. I just got to do it. So I was like, what's a good goal? I was like, once a week, nah, I'm gonna fall off track. So I was like, once a day, do it.
And he didn't start off with vlogs. He said a video a day.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it just turned into vlogging because it was what we had the most fun with.
And also because we were traveling a lot, so I would be in the vlogs a lot, and people were like, oh my gosh, you should change this channel into like a couples vlog.
So that's what we did.
We did, and it was really fun, but like I said, sometimes I just don't feel like being on camera, which is, you know, understandable. I feel like most of you guys understand that.
So, and that's also why we said like for next year, like once 2016's done, I probably won't call it daily vlogging because my goal will be accomplished, and maybe I'll daily vlog for a month in a row, or maybe I'll do a couple days in a row, or maybe we're
never gonna take like a month off or a week off. It's never gonna be like that. It just might
be
like
maybe a day or two or a couple of days, like
if we're like, and then we'll do like a big combined.
I won't be like as strict about daily because it won't be my goal, you know. So yeah, I think that was a lot of questions. I didn't really keep track, but I think
it's gonna be like 20 minutes or something.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. These Q&As are always really fun to film because I feel like it brings us closer, you know. It helps you guys know us a little bit better and just connects us all.
Oh my god. I have a question for you guys now, because I want to start doing this where we answer a daily question and then we ask a question. If you could be if you can have any superpower in the world, what would it be? Like, I mean, there's the classic ones like flying or invisible or those things, but there's the one that's my favorite, which is like making food appear in front of you, like this. That's a good one.
Whatever food you want?
Yeah, just like snap your fingers and it just appears and you're like, yes, fries.
That's a good superpower.
Yeah.
So what would your superpower be, guys? Thank you guys for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you want to see more of our videos, and we hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.